whilst I appreciate the words of my advisor, Weirdness 101, I take great issue with the notion that each new emperor is a Scottimius clone, for I am not like my father, and he was not like his father before him. My great-grandfather was a man of culture, if culture meant smut. Weirdness, we are each unique, individual, and yet we all believe in the glory of our house and the glory of Ankist, the kingdom over which we help to rule. Welcome one and all to the Emperor Scottimius' Dilemma, episode 3. We are very glad that you could be here to witness what may be the future of the kingdom tonight. Much has happened, and there is much to recap, which I hope could be done by one of my court jesters or bards. Unfortunately, they are all unavailable. Too much of that gray wheat. Let us see what is in store for the Emperor Scottimius. Ah, thank you! Thank you, Gillard Good. I appreciate it very much. Indeed, this is all the rage today. To wear a garment off one shoulder, exposing the undergarment beneath. This is indeed all the rage, and you know I am all up on what the kids enjoy. Whoa, this is the wrong button. Exactly, Weirdness. Do not worry, Weirdness. Oh, I have forgotten to change something. Very important. Give me the briefest of moments. Boop. I believe that should work. Perfect. Let us... Yes. Solved dilemmas. 35! But we have a... Oh, Requiem lost. Things be a-flowing, my dude. We shall take a look at what we have managed to accomplish over the 5 generations since my great-great-great-grandfather came to be one of the heads of the council of the King of Ankist. Let us review, shall we? What is most important, perhaps? No, we shall not begin there. We shall begin here. Crann. Magnificent, beautiful, the rolling hills of Crann. Yes, indeed, Requiem lost. I have taken care to not expose these nipnops. For I have heard it said that whilst the nipnops be the tip-top, it can sometimes be a slip-up to expose your nipnops. Our family has goals, things we try to accomplish, things my father and his father before him and generations before have instituted in order to attempt to bring great honor to our family. You can see here on the left our narrative goal to conquer another kingdom. I believed that by defeating MOAR in that war over that bullshit gray wheat that they snuck into our kingdom and tried to poison our rivers with, etc. I believed that would be conquering another kingdom, but it would appear we have not conquered MOAR. It appears we have simply defeated them in war, left them to their own devices, cowed, bent, broken, perhaps? I look once again to the north, to the terrifying creatures, to the terrifying barbarians of red iron that dwell there, as a potential kingdom to conquer for the glory of my people. Secondary goals. Recruit in the army people of Natar. Natar being one of the cities near Libra, the capital. And institute a vigilante force. This is entirely possible that we may have missed this, but we shall try. At the moment we are allied with Bloodin. Still friendly with Dualak, but no longer allied. We have overruled them far too many times. Also on the council, Allwed and Torque. Fucking Torque. Hit hard, we can take it. A motto should be reflective of one's philosophy. It should be reflective of one's culture. It should be reflective of a family's nobility and grace and goals. Tranquility in death. Not only are we a graceful people, not only do we look good, not only do we leave good-looking corpses, but the House of Crann rests only when they are dead. Exactly, those speedy hill hogs. Sanic and the rest, weirdness. Hit hard, we can take it. Please. To conquer a kingdom, one must first conquer one's doubts. And then you can lead the armies without hesitation, my dude. Requiem, yes, we conquered our doubts and we defeated MOAR on the field of battle. This is true. And thus, I appreciate it. Rebel. I forget always. It is something and crave. It is... Damn. One resource for every resource in the upper area of the track. It's fine. And one crave for every resource in the lower area of the track. One additional blank and blank if the central area is empty. As we can see, our resources, we are not quite there as of yet. Influence must decline even further. Welfare could rise. And wealth and, what is this, morale could go either way. Although they seem to be closer to the bottom part of the track, so we will do our best. We shall continue to review as well. What preparations have we made for the eventual downfall, rebellion of Ankist? We have purchased and grown red cacti to provide nutritious food in case of a prolonged siege. We have researched Libra's geology, which allowed us to build underground tunnels. We also currently have officers' uniforms having their names embroidered upon them. Doesn't feel like a preparation, feels like something one should have done many, many years ago. We require more prestige and crave if we wish to make additional preparations. So my hope is to rebel, as my father instructed me to. Excellent, Gillard Good. You make an excellent point. Gillard Good is correct. The balance of the kingdom is currently relatively centered. I could say that, and I will, Requiem Lost. Gillard Good is correct. My advisor in all things... One of my royal cats has decided to scratch and make their presence known. Gillard Good, my advisor in war, stability, and all things politic, has informed me or reminded me that since the balance remains close to center, we can take risks in attempting to create the rebellion we need to earn the prestige and crave for our family. Let us remind ourselves where we are at here as well. Mysteries. I do not know what these mysteries are. This is fine. Ah, our chronicles. Yes, so we have a positive chronicle from freeing a merchant slave, and a negative chronicle from taking Ixur camel riders? Oh, people did not like that. No one liked that. 2 positive wealth modifiers. Asher brothels and tributes on the kingdom of MOAR. Our morale, 1 positive. The Scarlet Tide, the sword of red iron. Oh, right, of course, and actually we have many more. Oh, many negative, actually. Ugh. The statue of Rayla does not feed the hungry outcasts, but it does... hang on, that must be positive as well. Stealing from the Sand Priestesses. The city of Natar has become a notorious hole for cutthroats. We are aiming to hire armies from there. I do not know how, but we shall try. Ah, yes, and then those who blamed the Ashers were destroyed. Welfare, 2 positive, 1 negative. The red cacti. Horned fashion, we brought home horned sheep wool. And Zymo's potion. Oh, It was not a dilemma I enjoyed. I lacked the power, or my father perhaps lacked the power and the coinage to overthrow the tyranny of the council. They let that horrible Zymo continue. Captain Splooey! I am glad another member of our armed forces has arrived. Welcome to the Emperor Scottimius' Dilemma. I am Emperor Scottimius, 5th of his name, and I am here to make my family proud. Not Torque. Fuck Torque. The noble House of Crann! We seek to conquer another kingdom, recruit in the army people of Natar, institute a vigilante force, all the while balancing the kingdom's needs and scoring prestige and crave points for ourselves. Let us take a look at the story so far. Yes. Enkal, the kingdom to the north, is a highly competitive society. As long as they are not provoked, they should pose no danger. However, we will be eventually attempting to conquer them. Can confirm, Requiem Lost. I am not one for beaches. I did pronounce that correctly. Do not worry. Additionally, the Truth Keepers, seeking out a wild witch of the woods. A witch of the wilds. A wild witch of the woods. Wilds. You are right, my emperor. Yes, thank you. Hisadora, the witch, is perhaps responsible for glorious acts, but we did not allow her to come to the council. Yes, indeed. Also, in the Duchy of Natar, the Sister Celestina, High Priestess of the monastery, is doing weird, creepy shit. And I do not like this. The king entered into, the previous king, the ex-king, if you will, entered into communication with her. And I simply reread my notes left by my wonderful note-takers, lore keepers, as it were. So, what else? Yes, Sister Celestina. Here we are. Sister Celestina apparently asked the king to provide her with 8 young virgins, or something, the blood of whom would make an elixir granting him eternal life. We were not a fan of this, and we are not down. However, girls have now begun disappearing around the kingdom. The army is hunting down some of the Sisters of the Unending, but we have not found out much yet. And then, of course, the tale of the Ashers. The Ashers, those who consumed the grey wheat from Weir, over which we went to war. Some of them have become seers and psychics, as was specifically the Librarian Chancellor, secretly been an Asher for years. Badass. And finally, far to the south, we found a map to what we believe is much treasure, a fountain of unending gold, a golden shower, if you will. What else happened? We stole some treasures from ancient sand priestesses. They speaks of the Sun Empire, and we are not sure if it is real or not. The golden map leads over the Nebula Mountains, and there we are. Perfect. You're all caught up. Now, to recall, I wish to tank influence, raise something else, take big risks, as Gillett Good says. Perhaps it is time to see what we can do. No. Let us first, before attempting to undo the kingdom of Enkal, let us see if we can acquire more riches from the Ivory Desert. How much gold? I should have even left this. 5 gold, 5 power, 2 prestige, and 1 crave. The way indicated by the golden map is blocked by a monumental gate fortress bridging 2 mountains. The building is half ruined, but there's no way around it. It is inhabited by a small community called the Gatekeepers, who demand a huge quantity of food to allow us through their gates. I have always said that food and drink are to be shared liberally amongst the people. Keep the people happy, I have always said. The High Commander says the only alternative is to go through by force. We must proceed at all costs. Do we pay the gatekeepers food? I say yay. However, we shall see. It appears we are balanced. If we are to vote nay, influence will rise. If we are to vote aye, welfare will decrease. So wise. So wise. Thank you, Captain Splooey. I believe it was you, Captain Splooey, who wanted to... What were the words you used? Massacre those sons of guns? Go in guns blazing? Destroy the motherfuckers, I seem to recall you saying. But I say nay to that, Captain Splooey. We shall... Word for word, excellent. We shall keep our allies happy, and we shall pay the gatekeepers to pass through the fortress. After some bargaining, a deal is closed. A regular supply of food. Why was that the deal? We have perpetual rights of accommodation and free passage. Inside, we find a hall decorated with a large golden sun. Gillard good. 'Twould not be this time for testing our military strength. Our strength is required in the north against the kingdom of Enkal. So saith the Emperor, Scottimius. However, you are very wise indeed, and perhaps I should listen to you more carefully. The gatekeepers know little about it. They say the ruins belong to an ancient empire, defeated ages ago by a dark force. Maybe an ancient Sun Empire outpost. Another positive wealth modifier for, years to come. Excellent, we shall add this to the archives. After all the trials and tribulations of their journey, the expedition reaches a deep jungle. Despite the hardships of travel, the exhausted voyagers eventually reach a grand golden temple. Oh my goodness, could this be the golden shower from my ancestors' dreams? The structure is entirely coated with thick plates of the finest gold, and the expeditioneers wonder in awe where so much comes from. The temple looks abandoned and in ruin, and there is no trace of the fabled fountain of flowing gold, from the legends. But the temple walls are intricately inscribed and worth studying. A long but safe route is established to allow groups of our most eminent scholars to visit the incredible temple and learn its secrets. Excellent. We continue on. Whoa, that's a lot of welfare drop. Oh boy. We must raise either wealth or morale. Lickety split, says I. I cannot afford to drop influence right now. 5 gold! Good lord. I do not wish to pay 5 gold simply for... Although, actually, I understand now. If you reset your gold at the beginning of each person's new reign. Exactly, Gilligood, as do I. I am aiming perhaps for wealth, perhaps morale, we shall see. Know thy enemy. Excellent. Donations to the cult of the mother are dwindling. Well, this isn't going to go well. We shall try. Donations to the cult of the mother are dwindling. The prior mother wants to give the option to believers of the mother to pay all of their taxes exclusively to the cult instead of the kingdom. Prior mother, beep! How dare you? I understand where you are coming from, prior mother, but you shall soon be an ex-mother if you do not stop this madness. Do we allow the believers of the mother to pay taxes to the cult instead of to the kingdom? What? No, of course not. Filthy. How dare you? Oh my goodness. It would appear that the majority of the council wishes for people to, perhaps believers should be allowed to pay their taxes to the cult instead of to the kingdom. What is this, a bad decision? I also say nay. The question now becomes 3 power or 4 coin to flip one of these aye votes to a nay vote and then reduce the amount of power. No. I require my gold to spend on unlocking a new dilemma, I believe. I do not want to be left powerless. I do not want to be left powerless. Is it preferable to be left with no gold or with no power? So saith the humps. If I convert one of these votes, it will require me to pay only 2 power rather than 3. So 4 gold to save a single power. Does not feel like the best of decisions. Go with the flow and see what happens, my dude. Requiem Lost, you are one of the only people I would allow to call my eminence, my dude. But those of House Matrix shouldn't throw lit spliffs, if you understand. Let us overrule this council! Overruled! We firmly refuse to allow an option that would impoverish the royal treasury for the sole benefit of the cult. Tax money is better spent for the people than for lavish golden altars. Quick side note, speaking of gold. Have you seen the infinite golden fountain? I would love to bathe in it. Not high enough. We have re-entered some form of balance. This is good. This is very good. To Libra now. I do not wish to disrupt. I would love to, as a rebel, I would love to have all 5 of these resources in the either top or bottom of the track. Ideally, influence, morale, and welfare would be in the bottom, and wealth would be in the top. It may not be possible, but we shall try. Thank you, Osab, Minister of Health and Welfare. I am sorry that as a rebel I must tank the nation's welfare in this moment. However, I will make it known. Molten gold and the bathing of it, in it, can make for a hazard to one's health. Ah! Oh no, 2 gold. Ugh, I don't want to spend gold on these things! Influence, no. Influence and welfare, no. Okay, this is morale and welfare. I could take 1 up and 1 down. Keep things relatively balanced. Let us not forget as well, we have now had 6 dilemmas, so the king could die at any time. Which means perhaps I should be taking a large gamble. Reduce influence, increase wealth, if I can. Let us see, Enkal, let us see. I would like to see what you know, Enkal. Gutlab, a disgraced and exiled Enkali clan leader, approaches our diplomats. He is plotting to overthrow the current king of the Enkali, Caesar, and he's asking for our help. The army wants to support him. The new leader would be our ally. Our diplomats, however, believe we should reveal this plot to Caesar to prove our honor. I wish to conquer another kingdom. I do not wish to have a new leader as an ally or prove our honor to Caesar. Neither of these are in line with my goals. Specifically, however, I'm thinking out loud here. If we are to conquer Enkal, although it seems less likely now, perhaps there's another province or a kingdom for us to conquer. However, if we are to conquer Enkal, we must keep Caesar on the throne, must we not? Gutlab becoming an ally would make Enkal essentially a province in some way. Do we help Gutlab, exiled clan leader, dethrone the warrior king? Excuse me. More cat disruptions. Away, shoo, I say! Out of this throne room. Well, it would appear the majority of the council wishes to vote aye. Interesting. What is honor but an old-fashioned system to keep down the poor? Ah, interesting, Gilladgood. Interesting indeed. This is an interesting theory. If he requires help in overthrowing the enemy king, perhaps it will result in a war that will result in us conquering them. I like this. Now, this will lower the balance of the kingdom, but we are nearing the potential death of the king anyway. I would like to get something into the lower part of the track, so this is a clear eye. We give Guthlab gold and weapons and openly support his rebellion. By allying with an exiled clan, we are put in a bad light in the eyes of the other clans who gather to support Caesar against foreign invaders. We shall do what we can. We may have given the ever-infighting Ankali clans an enemy to unite against. We have the Scarlet Tide. When the outposts in the north first report movement at the border, it's clear that war with the Kingdom of Enkal is only a matter of time. We cross our fingers, we cross our toes, we pray to the All-Mother and to that fountain of flowing gold. And we hope that we can win this war. Despite our army defending an entrenched position and outnumbering the enemy 5-1, the Ankali vanquished the northern garrison with demeaning ease. Oh, this is very bad news indeed. Many doubt we could ever stand up to their might. Generals believe that if we rely on our superior numbers and pool all the resources of our larger kingdom, we may still prevail. Well, this is my goal, and therefore I shall support it. As the Ankali start marching south towards Torque, we prepare to defend our people. The war has just begun. Right. Whoa! Woo! That was a big drop. Too big a drop. This is fine, it is what it is. The king was dethroned because we are now in open war. However, 2 prestige and 2 crave. Wait, why? It's odd. It should be 1 and 1, should it not? 1 prestige for every resource in the upper area of the track. 1 crave. All right. It is all right, Captain Splui. We have not lost. It is simply time for my son to take the throne. Let us see what the new resource balance is. Oh, excellent. Perhaps he shall also be a rebel. A rebel without a cause. We must conquer the kingdom of Enkal. Now, what do I wish my son to be? A rebel? An opportunist? A moderate, perhaps? Could be interesting. Could be very interesting. 1 prestige for every white resource and 1 crave for every black resource in the central area of the track. There are, as you can see, 2 white and 3 black. 1 additional prestige and crave if all of them are in the central area. Interesting. It would certainly build our treasury, as it were. Although I also wish to max out one of these tracks to gain additional prestige and crave. We have started down the track of being opulent, an opportunist. We will have to spend money. I feel this quite strongly. Perhaps it is time to be a moderate. My son, on my deathbed, come to me, my son. My son, I spent years trying to create a rebellion, foment a rebellion against the king. Now war is upon us, my friend. My son, I have done what I could to bring about this war, but it is up to you, the voice of reason, to see it to an end. You must defeat the kingdom of Enkal, my dude. I am Emperor Scottimius, 6th of his name, moderate in tone, moderate in action, moderate in drink. Requiem lost, you served my father nobly and well. Now, I must tell you, there is moderation in everything, even in moderation. What does it mean? An excellent question. Let us... What did I get from this? I got 1 coin. Ooh! Got many coin. Why get 1 coin when many coin do trick? Is this 1 coin every time? Ah! Oh, shit. I did not realize. It would appear that now that I've finished these preparations, every time I begin, my forebears have made preparations that result in additional coinage for me to use as I see fit. Let us see. I could import the hydrocrystallophone. You can't see what it says there, but I do not want this. Why would I want this? I don't want this. Build a food pantry, which would result in additional prestige. Plan a castle renovation, which opens up additional possibilities. Research the castle security, opens up many possibilities. In terms of defense and security, the castle is somewhat lacking. Hiring some experts will allow the construction of adequate measures. As a moderate man, I believe in reason. It stands to reason that the castle perhaps would require additional defensive capabilities, and knowing what its weaknesses are would help us prepare both to defend it or to attack it. I shall spend the prestige already. And it will take many, many years for this to happen. Excellent. Conquer another kingdom. Interesting point. Requiem lost. I think I shall immediately spend some gold to unlock some of these very rich dilemmas. I do not know. Oh god, the Crimson War, it begins! The Crimson War begins! Oh boy. We shall attempt to keep things as moderate as possible here. Ugh. Celestina. Ugh. The Royal Seer has predicted the fall of our kingdom. No, I want to spend gold. Why would I spend gold on some of these? Perhaps they will all eventually be required to have gold spent. Yes. These eerie rumors in Lorraine may allow us to create a vigilante force or hire from Natar. I'm just looking at what we have available to us here. Interesting. Okay. We shall spend some gold on these. No. There are several that only cost 2 and 3. Yes, perfect. We shall spend some gold on some eerie rumors to begin. I'm a reasonable man. Rumors do not disturb me. After sneaking into the monastery of Lorraine, a merchant known as Brige Greathand has been selling secret tomes he stole from its library. If we show him mercy, he promises to help us track down the books he sold. I suppose I could track them down myself. I need not show him mercy for theft. Do we execute Greyhand the book thief? If we execute him, it means we may not find these books, these important books. I wish to vote nay. Let us see what will happen. The moderate. Despite what it will do to my resources, it would appear to keep things generally somewhat balanced. I believe we must do this, and then I will have an opportunity later to reduce my knowledge once more and perhaps raise my influence up. Does the spread of knowledge demand death? I believe we can have knowledge and no death. No. We shall not waste the power on such a trivial matter. We need not execute Greyhand. The tomes are recovered. Only the buyer of The Mother in Legend and Flesh cannot be tracked down. Why not? Were they using a false name? Greyhand swears it was sold to a shrouded woman in Lorraine. Shit. Ooh! You can restore your relationship with an enemy by voting 4 times in their favor. Doing so will reset the relationship to the default value. Ah, I see. We have made an enemy of Torque. We have made an enemy of Torque. I do not know what this means exactly, but we have made an enemy of them, and I am not particularly happy about this. Let's have a look, shall we? Torque, why you gotta be like this? Ah, it requires more gold to remove them from the to exercise power over them. And Torque is under severe assault right now from the Kingdom of Enkal, which makes sense. My father was the person who, in his rebellious teenage punk phase, started the war that has hit Torque. We'll have to do something about this. In the meantime, however, I wish to spend 2 or 3 gold on another matter. Perhaps this. Spend wealth, gain welfare. Yes. The Truth Keepers, those searching for the witch, burned many fields in northern Dualak because of their suspiciously colored grain. The fires are now spreading to Tyrol. Now, when we say suspicious, we don't mean gray wheat. We mean like witchy wheat, I think. The Zealots claim that the wheat was corrupted by evil and had to be destroyed, but many farmers have completely lost their crops and beg for help. This is a no-brainer. I do not like the Truth Keepers. If they are to be my vigilante force, then they will answer to me. I agree, Gilladgood. Do we compensate the farmers affected by the devastated fields? I would say aye, of course. Aye, of course. Everyone is in agreement. Naturally. A part of the royal treasury is allocated to compensate the ruined farmers in Dualak and Tyrol for the damage caused by the zealots ravaging the countryside. This will bring relief to the populace, but will take its toll on our finances. Enemies are like sick waves, my dude. They can be dangerous if you don't know how to hit them, but when you do, you can ride that wave to 6 tons. We are not a surfing people, Requiem, and yet I understand what it is you say. I hear you. Still balanced. I say we are doing quite well. Quite well. At this moment in time. Now, what can we do? Ooh, a temple worth its weight in gold. Ooh, we should do something about that. But first, we must know thy enemy. Let us know thy enemy first in Enkal, something a little less difficult to manage, and then, perhaps, we will be able to... Excuse me. What are you... Hey. Please, pardon me for... Oh, no. No, the cat has left. The cat has left the building. This is very good. We should take the fight to Enkal, but first we must make sure we are somewhat moderately balanced. Some of our soldiers have developed an admiration for the strength of Ankali warriors. Some would like to adopt Askadar, their peculiar training regimen. I am all for the sharing of cultures, even with an enemy. We are all human after all. Many recruits, however, believe it to be too harsh. Do we train our soldiers with it? Well, they are incredibly powerful. I would like to be powerful. Wowie Maui. Well, this is interesting. Our allies and our enemy believe we should vote nay. It would cost 3 power to overrule them. This is interesting indeed. My heart says aye, because my heart says that if we train our soldiers with the same... although the Ankali, I'm talking myself out of it, the Ankali are already trained with Askadar, and therefore we could never hope to exceed their training regimen. Exactly, yes, Gilad, good, Gilad. And the majority of the council agrees. Unnecessary abusive training regimens do not necessarily improve the skills of our troops. Excuse me! My great-grandfather... Nope, I will not make this joke. There are many cats here in the Emperor Scottimius' chambers. Many, many, many. Morale has improved, but it is still balanced. This is fine. Excuse me! I shall be right back, my friends. I must deal with some angry feline companions. The Emperor Scottimius shall return! Refill thy drinks! Have one on me! Hear ye, the Emperor Scottimius has returned, 6th of his name, moderate in all things, except how much he loves moderation. For that, he is extreme. I hope you are all hydrated and ready. For now that we have balanced the majority of our... resources, we seek to lower our knowledge. And then, we have to defeat the kingdom of Enkal. I do not know how we will do this. We shall do what we can. Well, this is going to be simple, isn't it? I must choose the thing that will drop knowledge. Our scholars made a rough interpretation of the inscriptions in the Golden Temple. They reveal... They reveal a complex ritual that allegedly allows the extraction of pure gold from human blood. I can tell you right away, despite the fact that the blood olives have for many... The olives that create our oil, the grapes that create our wine, have for many years grown from the blood of our enemies. I do not literally wish to make wealth from the blood of humans. The royal treasurer believes mining the gold plates from the temple would be profitable enough, and wants to erase the knowledge of this damnable ritual. Do we destroy the hellish wisdom about the golden ritual? Council, you are about to be overruled. The answer is yes. Yes, we do. Excellent. Excellent. Good. Dualak, I am sorry that you believe we shouldn't destroy the hell... Oh, God, Dualak. What are you guys doing? Or Bloodin, what are you doing? Of course we destroy the hellish wisdom about the golden ritual. Not extracting gold from blood? Yes! The mining operations prioritize melting the huge plates of gold with the abominable inscriptions before the others. Knowledge of how to perform this ritual and its history will be forever lost. Cheers. Exactly, Gillard Good. Of course, House Matrix. House... I don't remember the name of the knowledge-obsessed house. My grandfather used to speak of it highly, or somewhat highly. After we secured a safe route from Ankist to the Golden Temple, a huge caravan is sent to set up an immense mining operation that will hammer down the ruins of the temple. A House Verity, of course, of course! Veritas, in vino veritas! Or as House Matrix might say, in plantius veritus, pass the spliff my dudius. After a few months of exhausting, but this time relatively safe travel, a hive of workers settles around the ruins. Miners, prospectors, traders, jewelers. Excellent point, Requiem. The huge plates of gold are carefully cut, melted, polished, and sold. A tremendous source of wealth for years to come. Excellent. And we shall use this wealth to fund our war. Ooh, and we have created 5... I don't remember what these points are called, unfortunately. This is fine. Good. Take that knowledge. 3 prestige, 4 crave. Excellent statistics. This is good. This is very good. Now, I would like to attempt being a moderate. I would like to... We must boost something, perhaps our influence, to keep the balance. Yeah, something like that, Gillard Good, yes. So we have more stability than unrest at this point in time, but time is still on our side, as it were. A Crimson War. Okay. We must increase our influence. Okay. Learning histories can help generals plan better strategies. Let us take this. Learning history can help generals plan better strategies, but the chronicles of a battle we lost against the Ankali near Rioth tells an embarrassing tale. Cardan, commander of the local division, fled battle as the enemy arrived and left his soldiers at their mercy. Cardan. Cardan the Coward. Should we erase the catastrophic Rioth battle from our annals? I believe quite firmly that we can always learn something from our mistakes. And yet, the majority of the council wishes to vote aye. However, I look at this stability. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points from the bottom. I don't believe we would lose 5 knowledge. 5 whole knowledge. Voting with the majority would, of course, not cost power. It would keep knowledge within the moderate part of the track. Or it would downwardly trend the kingdom. Therefore, we would have to make sure to bring things up next time. I do not wish to erase the catastrophic Rioth battle from our annals, but if I think about my overall goals, is it more... We have much gold. I should be using this gold to some purpose. I could spend... Again, I can spend gold to therefore make the nay vote a little less... a little more palatable. However, I think we can still survive... I like how bribing your enemy is easier. I like that. That is fun. If we do, it will only cost 2 power, and then we'll leave lots of power, and enough gold for another expensive dilemma. We would lose some morale, certainly, but we would indeed gain knowledge, and we need knowledge to defeat our enemy. All right. Let us do it. Ah, yes, and now it is only 1 power because, right, no longer 2. Okay, good. This is good. This is very good. Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. The name of Cardan will be forever remembered as an immortal, shameful memento. Knowledge comes from arrows. With the memory of Cardan's shameful retreat, we can hope future generations will learn from it. Let us see what happens. Just a little morale and a lot of knowledge. Okay, I need to bring that knowledge back down again. And increase influence if we can. I want to keep this balanced track working well. Welfare can afford to decrease. Here we are. The Ankali will soon reach the gates of Torque. This is important. Let us have a look. The Ankali will soon reach the gates of Torque. If they take the city, repelling them may be impossible. Well, then they better not take the city. We may lose the whole Mark of Torque. The High Commander thinks we could hope to resist only by conscripting everyone in the Mark of Torque. That's what the generals say. The High Commander. Oh, God. Because they believe our overwhelming numbers is the key. Some think the cost is too high. Do we draft the old, women, and children? We need to defeat the kingdom of Ankali. Oh, people are not happy about this. Yes, we must vote aye. And we must vote aye. Yep, we must. 3, or I could spend 4 gold. No, I will keep... Oh, God. It's an excellent point, Gilligood. I, of course, have never been on the front lines. I prefer to... I am sort of the brain of the operation, often. And the heart. And the body. I hope, indeed, that no children will find their way onto the battlefield. This would be very distressing. Very distressing. If I keep some gold, I will be able to use that gold to open up other dilemmas. Old men, women, and children are armed and taught the basics of warfare. It is impressive to see rich merchants, poor beggars, esteemed scholars, and renowned priestesses all fighting together. We hope that such a numerical advantage can turn the tide in our favor. Oh shit. Though at great cost in civilian lives, the Torkin fighters managed to exploit their numbers and prevent the Ankali from crossing the spiky bridge. Their heroic resistance allows reinforcements to arrive in time to break a dramatic siege at the gates of Tork. Exactly, Captain Splooey. Like that old man from Dragon Ball Z. You know the one. Rippling muscles, weird beard. You know what I'm talking about. When elite units from the southern mark of Crann join the battle, the offensive forces of the Ankali are defeated. Oh, you have no idea what's coming for you. We launch a counteroffensive and successfully besiege the Crimson Keep. Praise be! Emperor Scottimius VI, the Moderate, has done it! We now rule over the Ankali, their mountains, and their rich deposits of red iron. A red iron crown is forged for our king as a symbol of this victory. I will double check something very quickly. But I believe, we will, whoa! Influence goes way up, welfare goes way down. This is fine. We're still moderate. I must check something. 5 generations of my family have come before me. And they have all worked to provide me the opportunity to do what I believe our family has always meant to do. Add more land, more people to the kingdom of Ankist. Now the kingdom of Enkal is ours. Narrative goal accomplished. 4 prestige, 6 crave, which will, of course, only come with time. Perhaps my death. We shall have to see. And dare I say, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. It's not every day you do something so powerful for your family. Oh, the preparations we shall make. Preparations we shall undertake. Oh, goodness. Yes, Captain Splooey. To unite the entire kingdom under the banner of glorious war. Yes, there were sacrifices, and I was willing to make them. Moderately, of course. Everything in moderation. My ancestors would also be aroused. It is written very clearly in the annals of history. Annals. What did I say? It was very clearly written that my great-grandfather was... Great-great-grandfather, my apologies, was pretty filthy. Opulent in all the worst ways. Ooh. Wealth and morale. So, okay. I'm looking for something that costs 5 gold, so that I can then spend the 5 gold. Eerie rumors, a wave of violence. This does not seem good. To win a battle, you gotta do what you must. Like climbing that sick cliff. Stick your hands in the cracks. Keep your place. Hell yeah. Wait, the Crimson King. I'm just looking at what we have here. Okay. Yes, agreed. And influence. Ah. The Kingdom of Enkal had interesting old chronicles. This looks like something that we can just burn for money. Oh dear. What else? I'm just looking for knowledge now. Or influence. Okay, this is a possibility. Influence. Influence. Ideally something, yes, knowledge and wealth here. No, I prefer, where is it here? Yes, the Crimson. The Kingdom kingdom of Enkal had interesting old chronicles preserved in the form of oral poems. Famously not something that is preserved. I mean, symbolically you preserve an oral tradition by speaking it, by passing it down. Did he indeed? Requiem Lost. Interesting. Great Grand Pappy Scottimius. Fascinated by the tales of the Ankali survivors, the king would like to collect their testimonies and compile a written study of their epic songs. Ooh, sorry, the king. It would appear that perhaps we shouldn't be doing that. Yet this giant enterprise would occupy our brightest scholars for quite some time. Oh, actually, then yes, perhaps we should do it. We fund our scholars' efforts to record Enkal's chronicles. Eeyoof. What a poor choice. What an absolutely devastating choice we were about to make. I must pay the 4 gold. Sorry, I must pay the 4 gold to flip whichever house this is. Allwed, I think? So that I can then spend all my power to vote nay. What a disaster. I could vote aye. It would take knowledge even further away. And I do not believe I have much time left with the king. I would like to try at least to end with everything. It is unfortunate, but necessary. Hey, Allwed. Give you $50 if you vote nay. Oh, $50 is $50. We can't waste the time of our most brilliant minds to study the childish tales of a defeated enemy, bound to be kept alive by bards and jesters only. I love a good bard as much as the next person, and frankly, probably a lot more. But all things in moderation, sire. They will keep the traditions alive through oral speech, I mean. We don't forbid scholars from delving into the topic if they wish. Some partial transcriptions are produced by a few enthusiastic erudites. Freedom is never granted. Ulrich died for it, and Thurn knew that one day, together with his heirs, he would be forced to defend it again. He never stopped preparing for war, and he forged his children into steel. Oh boy. His daughter, Ellerton the Winter Fox, became his best general thanks to her skill and intelligence, and when a new menace came to enslave the North, they were ready. The new enemy was called Omad, and with him came the 8 bloodless shades. Now, I am making some assumptions. Indeed, perhaps large assumptions. But when the Sister Celestina wrote to the old king, 2 kings ago now, it was clear that she required 8 young girls, and their blood would be used to preserve the immortality of the king. I believe that this original King Omad is perhaps blasphemous himself. Immortal? Possibly. Sometimes, after solving a dilemma, the scholars of Library will discover a mystery. Each storyline has its own mystery to uncover. Did we uncover a mystery? I guess we did. The king lives. Long live the king. Although I will say this is perfect for the old moderate. Perfect for the old moderate that I am. So, I cannot simply have the king abdicate. I would prefer for the king, perhaps, to simply to die. What I will say is, now, what we can do is take a number of different resources in the hopes of keeping things relatively balanced for as long as possible. Now that we control the Golden Temple, we have more funds to spend. A party for the kingdom! Huzzah! We conquered the kingdom of Enkal! Huzzah! The people want to organize a festival! But the High Commander believes money would be better spent to upgrade and refit the army with new weapons, as we have become a more tempting target. Pfft. From whom? Enkal? Muir? You sicken me. Do we invest our funds in army improvements? Let us see. Let us see. No. This will end it! Oh, this is potentially excellent. If we run out of power, we have come to an end of the reign. But that's fine. We will have met our targets. I am sorry, Allwed and Torque. Torque, you should be grateful. Oh, you want army improvements to prevent having to lose so many civilians in war again? No. Torque, it is your fighting spirit, not your weapons, that are necessary. Have a party, my dude. Hello, Kung Fu Fenris. Welcome to the Emperor's Dilemma. I have to say, Kung Fu Fenris, perhaps you have already heard the news. The kingdom of Enkal to the north, we fomented a rebellion there, united all of the Enkali together in a large, terrifying army that marched southward on the kingdom, or the Mark of Torque. We, however, made the difficult decision to conscript everyone in the Mark, and they managed to defeat the Enkali, and we have conquered their kingdom. The House of Crann has achieved its goal, and I will achieve this again. An excellent question, Kung Fu Fenris. 'Tis a headband wrapped in tinfoil, created by my great-great-great-grandfather, with the aim of making us look like the common people, while still wearing the crown. To celebrate the discovery of the Golden Temple, we declare a grandiose festival dedicated to Myair, the Saint Daughter of Rest, will be held once a year. A big feast with huge fires, roasted meat, dancing, and drinking. Yes. This is all I've ever wanted. A festival. A festival! To me, to the kingdom, to all of we have accomplished. I do not disagree, Kung Fu Fenris. I'm Captain Splooey speaks true, although perhaps slightly hyperbolically. What was I saying? Yes, Kung Fu Fenris, it was perhaps imperialism, you are not incorrect. However, I wish to say, they fought nobly. They fought well. They wanted to destroy us. They were fighting for their own survival, but they did not survive. After such long tribulation, the population is pleased by this moment of joy. As am I, although... How much? How much? Yes. The king was dethroned. Excellent. 4 prestige, 5 crave, plus 4 and 6 from achieving our narrative goal. As a moderate man, I am overjoyed to see how much we've been able to accomplish. Brings a tear to my eye. Oh, my son. Yeah, very, very, Kung Fu Fenris. You have no idea. My son, we have done well. I think perhaps it is time, my son, for us to accumulate gold so that you can use it to unlock more dilemmas in the future, more possibilities. I have spent my entire life dedicated to achieving something for our family, and now we will go down in history forever as the family that pushed for the conquering of Enkal. My son, you can afford to not be as moderate as I. Take what you want. Thank you, Kung Fu Fenris. It is my favorite part of doing this. Take the scepter, my son, and be greedy. I know that you're greedy. Ah, excellent. I am Scottimius, Emperor, 7th of his name, and I am a greedy bottom. And a greedy top, if you know what I mean. We have taken much money. We have much power. Ooh, only 8 out of 8 power now. Oh, I should have Kung Fu Fenris. Excellent point. An excellent point. We have so much prestige and crave now. We can use it to our advantage. Make the main plaza in Libra the greatest of the entire continent. Sounds like something someone like me would do. An investigation unit dedicated to shedding light on the organization known as the Black Dawn. I mean, this feels incredibly valuable. Does it not? Incredibly. Building a royal treasure room feels very on brand for someone quite greedy, such as myself. 5 prestige and 5 crave, though. For the same... but I am greedy. Oh, hell. You only live once. I'm gonna take my good father's name and squander it on a big-ass treasure room. Woo! The council has expanded, and House Solad has joined the council. Oh, boy. Alright, well, let us see. We have House Bloodin, House Alwed, House Solad, who are nemesis with our old friends, House Dualak, and of course Torque, who we hope to stop being enemies with at some point. Ah, my head was covering it. Yes, Requiem Lost. I can actually show you. I cannot show you, of course, but I can tell you. The one at the very bottom, which is 2 prestige and 2 crave, is importing the hydrocrystallophone. If you recall, this is the glass instrument that is supposed to calm wild animals and induce depression in humans. Now, my father and my grandfather both railed against this instrument. Why bother? Why would you want an instrument that makes you depressed? It doesn't make sense. Why would you, music is about emotion. Depression is the lack thereof. I think it is better for it to be in our vaults than someone else's. I'm importing the hydrocrystallophone. Hell yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, look at all of these preparations I've undertaken. Oof, my son is going to be wealthy. Right, now. Who cares about the state if you have money? 2 gold for every resource in the lower half of the track. 2 additional crave if all the resources are in the lower half of the track. Okay. So we'll definitely need to drop knowledge, and we can afford to let other things increase if we want to be greedy. An unlimited mining complex. All right, let's look for something to do with knowledge, shall we? We have gold. Definitely use it to start. We'll start here. The Seer Society. The Royal Seer has predicted the fall of our kingdom at the hands of an invisible threat. I mean, I could have predicted that, but you don't have to be a seer. But that's fine. What do you mean an invisible threat? The Librarian Chancellor recommends we assist him in interpreting his dreams by enlisting the help of all of our scholars and historians. But this would be a costly endeavor. Do we help the Royal Seer unveil the mysterious threat? No. Boo. Holy shit. Look. Oh my god, the whole council. Oh. Everyone on the council. I am about to be overruled. I'm only overruled. Bang. I could convert 1 vote. Ghosts. I did not think this is what the Royal Seer was referring to, but you make a good point. Even the newly joined house on the council. Oh, you get here and day 1 you're voting down frickin' line with everybody else. Have a spine, boatman. You can't see the bottom, but it's a little sailing ship. Ugh, you're right, Gillard Good. It is important. I have invested in researching the strange Black Dawn. Ugh. Sigh. The Royal Seer's visions reveal a truth that could have been dismissed as a child's myth if it wasn't carefully researched. Okay. With the assistance of other Ashers, and by cross-reference... Ooh! Paul Prospero, the Royal Exorcist! Paul Prospero is currently undergoing treatment for hysteria, brought on by too much time spent hiding under his bed and in his closet. Paul Prospero, the royal exorcist, needed a little bit of a vacay, somewhere far away from dark corners and the spooky cobwebs of his own mind. With the assistance of other Ashers and by cross-referencing with the Chronicles of the Realm, a terrible truth emerges. The royal seer describes this in a report entitled The Way Empires End. There's an ancient secret organization formed from the remnants of a great empire of old. Yes, I am researching them as we speak. They believe that the enduring lust for more power destroyed their home, and they are determined to maintain a balance among the many kingdoms. They communicate secretly in their ancient tongue, and the most important members are marked with the glyph of a black dawn. They also have a system of common signs to communicate with one another, such as the burning of 3 windmills on a single road, which we've seen, and the releasing of 81 white doves in a city, which I believe we've also seen, perhaps with the king's ascension. Must drop that knowledge like it's hot. We must drop this knowledge as if it were hot. I think I'm going to spend the gold on some of these other dilemmas while I still have time. Oh, and gold, I should say. The architect Lucilia has studied the ingenious triangular metal bastions of the Crimson Keep, which were specifically designed to cover one another. Triangle is the strongest shape, after all. She would like to replicate this brilliant design on the city walls of Libra, greatly improving our capital's defenses. However, many question its austere aesthetics. I have always been a sucker for aesthetics. I believe that if something looks good, then it is good. Sort of the medium is the message kind of thing. And the severe costs. Oh, I see. Do we renovate? I thought it said remove. Do we remove the walls of Libra? Do we renovate the walls of Libra? More are in favor than oppose. Excellent point, Requiem Lost. This is tricky for me. Renovating the walls is the will of the council. It would reduce our wealth, bring it out of balance, bring the kingdom out of balance. That's fine. Then we'd have to raise wealth in some other way, perhaps by sacrificing knowledge. If I raise morale too much, but I also wonder if, well, I hope when the time comes we will be safely within the walls of Libra. Let's do this. Yes. Lucilia tries to reproduce the ingenious defensive structures, which she names the Iron Bailey. Besides the wild investment, some fear the capital will look like a fortress. Whatever. Libra's new red iron bastions offers no dead zones for aggressors to hide within. Okay. Wow, I did not realize that was going to be that much wealth. Okie dokie, wealth is going up. Oh boy. Oh. We shall find something that will allow us to increase our wealth once more. Ideally, perhaps something... Oh, perhaps the temple worth its weight in gold. Or... No, that's going to... It has to do with children. That's going to have to do with the welfare of the kingdom. No. Oh boy, I have to increase wealth at all costs. I must. Enthused by unsubstantiated rumors blown out of proportion, which claims that more golden cities are to be found south of the temple, oh boy, the Tribune is advocating for the launch of another expedition. Absolutely not. The costs are great and certain, while its success is unlikely. Do we launch another Golden City expedition? Look, I'm all for a good risk, but not when it destroys the kingdom. No, we do not. Incredible, look at this. We have no money! You fools! Spending 4 power. Oh, oh no, this is going to destroy. Oh no! I've been such a greedy bottom. Emperor Scottimius, 7th of his name, too greedy for his own good. I did not realize this is what was going to happen. The balance of the kingdom will fall. I did not realize that it would lower our morale. Perhaps it will raise something else. Perhaps it will... Oh, God, it won't, though, will it? Well, in that case, let me think. This will certainly destroy us. This may not. It may only lower 1 or 2. Someone has to pour water over the small flames of irresponsible enthusiasm before fools feed it into a fire. A little bit of malcontent is a small price to pay. Definitely smaller than the monetary cost of such an ill-advised adventure. Just a little bit, please. Just wait. Yes! Oh, the Emperor Scottimius, you've done it again. Okay. I am flying far too close to the sun for my own good. Oh my goodness gracious. I have to increase the wealth of the kingdom. I must. Influence, ideally, I wouldn't increase. I'm looking for something that's a single, because then it will be a very clear choice. Welfare? Show me the money. Influence and morale. Celestina sent me a sinister message. The problem now is if I do not raise wealth, then I will be overthrown. So perhaps we spend the gold. Yes, I think perhaps... Yeah, we spend the gold now. Although I will say we do not have much power left either. Perhaps we save the gold so that we can make one more decision if we need to. Yes. I need to raise something. Where is all the wealth? Where is the wealth? Oh boy. Jeez, this is awful. Just the worst. An unlimited mining complex. Well, okay. This'll be an easy fix. I can see it right away. The unlimited mining complex dilemma will involve wealth and knowledge. Wealth must go up, knowledge must go down. If the options are reversed, then we are in big trouble. However, if they are both up or both down, that's fine. They can both go up. That's okay. Let's take it. A secret chamber was found while cutting open the temple. It contains hundreds of golden leaves, minutely inscribed in an ancient language. Let's melt those suckers down, baby! As the chamber now stands open, scholar Litmius, the Litmius test, famously, requests permission to move them to Libra for preservation and research, but our caravans are busy with bringing gold back. Should we order the scholars to move the inscribed golden leaves to Libra? Oh, I've never hit nay so fast in my goddamn life. I don't even have the money. This is it. This is where we fall. This reminds me of my vacation up north. Hey, should we go up north, my dude? No, dude, the north is cold. Dude. No, dude. We eventually went, but I got this bad limp in my leg and I couldn't dune surf for like a week. Anyway, don't spend recklessly, my dude. An excellent piece of advice, Requiem Lost. Greed burns brightly, but it burns quickly. I'm spending all of the power I have because I cannot persuade more people to vote nay. No, we do not move the inscribed golden leaves to Libra. We melt them for money. Hell yeah. Not much later, most of the golden scrolls are rendered unreadable by mysterious vandals. Well. If it isn't the consequences of my own actions, come to bite me in the ass again. The symbol of a black sun is found marked on the walls of the chamber. Fortunately, Litmius managed to translate a few excerpts. Thank goodness. It seems the scrolls narrated the rise and fall of the ancient Sun Empire. The most powerful among them was the reign of the Chalice. Once it peacefully joined our empire, it became our door to the west. A marriage was arranged between the daughter of the Chalice King and the first son of the greatest family in the Sun Empire. After some centuries, the entire continent was ours. A council of the 9 most influential families was formed to rule over the empire. Fine, I'm sure the family of Crann was among them. One of them, Rhea of the Chalice province, claimed to have found a way to make them immortal. The price they would have to pay was their own children. Bruh, who is sacrificing their children's lives for immortality? How awful do you have to be? I don't want immortality. Immortality's the worst. I should look at these mysteries. Health goes up, knowledge goes down. Not enough. This is fine. This is fine. A little unfortunate, but 6 gold. What did I say, Captain Splooey? I cannot remember. Ooh, look at all that gold, baby. This is a very moderate little assignment here, but I'll take the gold, that's for sure. Ooh, interesting. I can only take a couple of options now. Yes. Yes. Good. We take opulent. We take opulent for additional, oh, my dad sacrificed children. Well, Splooey, he sacrificed many people, and it was for a noble cause. The bringing of another kingdom into ours. At the cost of much blood. From which now grow the olives and grapes that feed our oils and our wines, that feed our goats, that produce our meat and cheese. Do not look at me in that tone of voice, Captain Splooey. You fought in the war too. You probably slaughtered your fair share of... Fair share. You probably slaughtered your fair share of younglings as well. No. Captain Splooey, you misunderstand me. The blood of children waters the food which I eat. Very different. My son, you shall be an opulent man. I have spent time assembling the money that you will spend. Bring prestige to our house. I am Emperor Scottimius, 8th of my name, and I have money to burn, baby. Holy shit. Ah, thank you, Captain Splooey. Excellent. You have much money, actually. This is great. Okay, done. Research castle security. Import the hydro crystallophone. Which opens up more for us. Excellent. Things are in progress, which will bring us more money. Castle security, and then the hydro crystallophone. Effective to scare the enemy. Well, we do not have enough prestige or crave to make additional preparations at this time. Ditches make life more difficult for anyone attempting to climb the walls. Okay. Great, I guess. We have so much money. Oh, I'm gonna do things with this money, let me tell you. Alright. Woof. We have gone against so many of our allies. This is terrible news. Have we not revealed? Yes, we have revealed the narrative goal of some of our friends. Codden was struck from the council long ago. Solad is more or less on our side. Do I care about forming alliances? If I can, perhaps that would be useful, but do not care much. Okay. Prestige, if resources are in the upper half of the track. Well, thankfully, they're mostly there at the moment. So in the meantime, what did my father say? He said something, son, you're an opulent, brilliant bastard. Recruit in the army people of Natar and institute a vigilante force. Okay. let us have a look here. What costs money? An enemy clothed in shadow, wave of violence, eerie rumors. 5555533. Oh, we can pay for many of these things. Let's do it. Librarian Chancellor informs us that many children are being kidnapped from orphanages all over the kingdom. Bad. Rumors talk of a cloaked figure with a black circle painted on their mask. Why are you taking children? Why are you trying to live forever, you absolute nincompoops? We could relocate all orphans to a single large structure where they would be better protected. Yet it would be expensive. We could fund the construction of a centralized home for orphans. On the one hand, more easy to protect. On the other hand, everyone's in one building. I've seen 28 Weeks Later. As foolish as that movie was. People want us to. People want us to. Okay. Our wealth will decrease. We will find ways of increasing our wealth again. I have no doubt. A colossal circular structure is erected just outside Libra at an enormous cost. Orphans from all over the realm are relocated. Exactly, Gilladgood. Spend the wealth. Spend the wealth. A safe haven where they will not only be better protected, but also educated and cared. The institution is dedicated to Aegna, Saint Daughter of Wisdom and Education. Now they are also well-educated, so we now have well-educated orphans. Sort of a Bruce Wayne type, perhaps. This is fine. We'll increase our morale, if we can. Do we spend 5 more gold? Yes, I believe so. What would be best here? A wave of violence, I think. Eerie rumors may allow me to get closer to the vigilante force, but I think the wave of violence... No, where's Natar? Yes, I think this makes sense. A wave of violence, I think, will take us towards the path of recruiting an army from Natar. Sale! A merchant from Sale from Alwed, with a stylized sun tattooed on his wrist, is one of the most violent leaders of the Defenders, suspected of hanging at least 5 Ashers in the past few months. I told you to leave those Ashers alone. They're psychic, dude. The Tribune thinks a public execution would bring relief to the families of Sale's victims, but the first judge says we have insufficient evidence to incriminate him. How do we have insufficient? I would like to see the evidence again, please. Well, now this is interesting. It would be a show of strength to order his execution. The majority of the council appears to not be on our side. This is not that important, and I will keep the money for overruling council members in the future. Yes. Citizens can't be allowed to take justice into their own hands. Oh, no, wait! Oh, shoot. He might have been that vigilante force. Balls. Oh well, Sale is hanged in the main square of Vandus and left there to rot. Ashers are seen visiting the square, raging against the hanging corpse. Sort of a Disco Elysium style thing. Whoa, that was a lot of influence. All right. Very good. Celestina has sent us a sinister message. Well, this I do not like. We shall hear your sinister message, Celestina. Sinistina, more like. Despite your opposition, I acquired the secret of immortality. My intentions are pure. I only want what's best for the realm. If you wanted what was best for the realm, you would destroy the secret of immortality. Why should any single person have immortality? I don't have immortality. I pass from father to son in a cycle forever. I would never. Let me join the court, and I'll make your ruler immortal. Keep fighting me, and the power of life and death shall be wielded against you. Do we welcome Celestina at court? No! You Uh-oh. Ruh-roh! How far are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Let's go 1. Oh boy. I mean, clearly we do not welcome Celestina at court. We can't. We cannot. We simply cannot. I may be opulent, but an immortal witch woman wielding this kind of power is not welcome at my court. I only hope it is not enough to take us all the way to the top of the track. We decide not to send any answer, even if the thought of what could happen makes many in the court shiver. Brrr. We immediately give orders to increase the measures adopted to protect the king, but after a few weeks, nothing seems to happen. Perhaps it was only a bluff, or perhaps she's playing the Scott Humphrey long game. That's what we call it here in Ankist. Don't tell me mine. Weeks later, terrifying news reaches the council. I knew this was going to happen. She said that she was going to wield the power of life and death. A seemingly dead corpse was sighted wandering Libra, a thin girl with wounds that would incapacitate a strong adult. She slaughtered our guards with her bare hands, exhibiting impossible strength. We conquered a kingdom. We can deal with a few rotting corpses. As sightings of the monstrous girl multiply, some suspect there's more than one of these walking corpses. Few who encounter them survive to tell the tale, as testified by the horribly mutilated victims found each morning. People start calling them the Hollow Maidens, but those who did not see their brutally mutilated victims dismiss it as a sordid fairy tale. As my great-grandfather used to say, one cannot make an omelet without cracking a few heads. He was right. We cannot simply welcome a necromancer to court. We cannot simply accept these extortionary tactics. Oh, the secrets. I meant to look at the secrets. Ah! Oh, too much. Oh, God. Okay, it's fine. Okay, our influence has increased. Our influence is too high. Children of the Night, huh? Well, that sounds like a thing. Mystery. Oh, they're just literally just things I've already read. Omad forced the words of the mother into the mouths of everyone, and the old traditions were all but forgotten. It's an excellent point, Requiem. The son of the mother wanted religion to dominate over politics and keep all under its control. There is an ancient secret organization formed from the remnants of a great empire of old. They believe that the enduring lust for more power destroyed their home. Oh, right, we've already read this. They form small cells without any hierarchy. Each cell is composed of 9 members, as 9 were the members of their lost empire's ruling council. Through the ages, they preserved the secret knowledge of their most advanced technological secrets. The Black Dawn indirectly slows the progress of any kingdom that might threaten their balance. Their favorite methods are bribery and assassination. Their goal is not to eradicate civilization. They always leave someone to build upon the ruins of the societies they bring to collapse. Those mother... This is interesting. And so this was Rhea of the Chalice province claimed to have found a way to make them, the Council of 9, immortal. This is the hope, Requiem. I must bring down the balance of the kingdom somewhat. I must make sure that not so much power is consolidated in the hands that will then overthrow the king and move us on. I must have as many dilemmas as possible. She may have dimmed the Sun Empire, but the sun will rise again after the eclipse, like a black dawn. All right, I can afford to increase wealth. I must decrease influence and or knowledge. I have some gold and I have some power, which means I can definitely make something work here. Ah, perfect. Great. Well, this is just influence, which means we have to vote whatever will take influence down. Fine. The prior mother reports that a woman living deep in a hut deep in the Hedgehog Woods has proclaimed herself a witch. Ruh-roh. An angry mob of religious zealots rallies to the woods to burn the hut to the ground. I do not like the burning of people, witches or no. Some fear they'll put the wood reserve of the kingdom at risk, but taking action against them may be seen as supporting witchcraft. Do we intervene? Nope. No, we do not. I have never neighed so fast in my life, much like the horses in my stables. No! We decide not to interfere, trusting the zealots won't burn down the whole forest. I can only hope this witch was smart enough to see this coming and escape out of her hut in time. Ah, the remains of the woman are found among the charred ruins. Well, that doesn't feel very good, does it? Oof, I have become enemies with House Torque again. Eesh, gabish. All right. We're still in a bit of danger, but it's okay. Everything's all right. We can bring wealth up if we can. Ah, clammy pier. Wealth, wealth, wealth. Ideally, okay, we are not yet at a point where we are in danger of finishing, or losing, I should say. So perhaps we leave the Seer Society for another time, when we can increase wealth at the last possible moment. Yes. Decrease influence again. We receive news that the witch Isadora allegedly made a revolutionary discovery while exiled. In open violation of the king's orders, she returned to the kingdom and stole materials from a Kasukian merchant to assemble her fabled invention. The Merchants Guild demands retribution. I mean, do we punish Isadora? She's simply trying to make her way in the world, doing something. Isadora is not Sister Celestina. We do not know what she needs. And once again, House Torque, I am sorry. Just go and torque up a storm, Torque. Do we punish the exiled Isadora? No. Come on. We'll grant you full pardon if you hand over all your documents describing your discoveries and promise to never come back. And she accepts. She's smarter than I thought. The Kasukian merchants won't be pleased by our lack of interest in the theft of their goods. You can make more goods, merchants. Come on. Oh, it'll be a long time before the Kasukian Merchants Guild will forgive us for the wrong we left unpunished, and our trade with the Empire of Kasuk suffers. Our scholars start studying Isidora's notes and scribbles and experimenting with her discoveries. Even though she's left us, her work will be a precious testament to her genius, and they will be archived. Good. Few can deny that all the negative things people said about her were utterly wrong. Her name is bound to inspire scholars for generations to come. Her latest discovery, a weird contraption called the Farscope. It promises to reveal secrets hidden very far away, is rapidly revolutionizing the way we look at the world. A tube of brass and glass, in which thou canst spy the ass of thy neighbor. The donkey, that is, to be clear. Just in the Farscope. Good. Excellent. The kingdom remains more or less balanced. We can afford wealth to go up slightly. This is good. This is very good. And we will have much prestige. Eyes to the sky. Ooh. I really like these, so we will do this one. There is no resource cost attached to it. Ah, Kung Fu Fenris. It's a good question, Kung Fu Fenris. Many things, of course. In brief, we are currently fighting against Sister Celestina, who appears to have the power to raise the dead. Terrible. We have defeated the Kingdom of Enkal. This is good. We pardoned Isadora the Witch as she turned over her notes to create something called the Farscope. The Golden Temple is currently being mined for wealth and resources. What else? We have uncovered much to do with this Black Dawn society. And we will destroy them. We will stop them from overthrowing the kingdom. Isadora is known to write her notes cryptically. She often proposes peculiar experiments, and our resources are limited, and the choice of a specific one excludes the other. Ah, excellent, Requiem Lost. Choose an experiment. Hell yeah. These are always fun. Experiment A seems to be using rocks that are attracted to each other, putting them through water to create a chalice? Magnetic, I don't know, electrolyte, does it make Gatorade? Water with electrolytes? Or, experiment B, to create some sort of needle that will point in a direction for a map. The thing is, I understand what experiment B is perhaps implying. Does anyone know what experiment A might be implying? It would appear that rocks that are attracted to each other, when put through water, will create some sort of, I don't know, drink perhaps. An artisan's craft at half the price. That Isadora's a genius. She's revolutionized electroplating. What is there left to discover? I must know. As an opulent leader, I must know what this chalice... yeah, well, hey, I like chalices. Isadora discovered that some strange stones are attracted to each other and sometimes tend to move in a specific direction. Oh, Gilletgood, that sounds badass. See, that's interesting, Kung Fu Fenris. I wonder what they thought it was for. Because of course, I presume that it was not linked, that this sort of, the idea of a magnetic direction wouldn't link to a geographic direction. I can understand. Divination. Very nice. Our scholars put some in a chalice, but they remained still. The next day, they put the same stones in a floating base in the water. They observed they always move towards the nearby chalice. Our scholars built a device that always points towards the same direction, regardless of its orientation. But what is it pointing at? Aha! So rather than a compass needle, we've created some sort of floating magnetic stone. I don't know. A lively and heated debate starts raging within the cult. Some priestesses say it must be attracted towards the mother. But the device is not pointing towards the sky, where she lives as a constellation. Ruh-roh. Implying that the mother is still on Earth would cause huge theological problems. Yet many call the device the divine recall. Pilgrims want to use it to reunite with the mother, even in their mortal lives. Ooh, girl. All right. We can do another. Yes, we have time for this one, and then we must take something that will increase our wealth. We do. You know what? You're right, Requiem Lost. We know we have a safe one after this. Come, the Seer Society, tell me more. With the consumption of ash bread now released from the social stigma of poverty, its price inevitably increased, making it more difficult for the poor to afford. Boo! Boo! Keep that cost of living down. Socialism! The Royal Seer reports the poor are protesting, asking for price controls on ash bread, but some believe it would hurt the economy. Oh no, not the economy! Oh no! Do we regulate the price of ash bread? Yes! Smash that like button! Oh, son of a... Damn it! No, it would decrease wealth even further. Ugh, but I cannot see my welfare of my people decrease. I cannot. Yes. I must. Maximum price is imposed on ash bread. With such high demand, some merchants look to increase their profits by also selling it on the gray market. But at least the amount available on the regular market can be more easily acquired by the poor. Well, I am opulent, Kung Fu Fenris, not greedy. That was my father, you see. With cheap access to ash bread guaranteed to all, the positive effects of a divinating population benefit our whole society. Always the knowledge. Always the knowledge. right. Let's get this wealth up, baby. Wealth. Up. Oh, no. Wealth. Anything else? Wealth-wise? Nope. All right. F it. If this decreases morale too much, we may be in trouble as well. The Holy Attendant reports that a potion allegedly invented by Isadora, known as Silent Growth, can get rid of unwanted early pregnancies without pain or risks to the woman choosing to make use of it. Now, I'm going to say, right here and right now, briefly out of character, this is a game, this is a warning. Here, I'm just going to write warning really quickly. Ah! What is the... Hang on, what is the command for this? Oh, well, it needs to be on. That would help. That would help, wouldn't it? There we go. It's not the same warning. That's fine. I believe very strongly, militantly even, in a person's right to choose what happens to them and their health and their livelihood. I hope not, weirdness. So I must say, back in the character, that whatever happens in this dilemma does not point to it would not change my opinion, and I believe it is very important to fight for this. Even foreign kingdoms are expressing their interest in buying it, but the cult vehemently condemns it as immoral. Boo-hoo. Ban the trade of it? Do we ban the trade of Isidora's anti-pregnancy potion? No. Great. Great! Perfect! Ugh. Now, the problem with this, of course, not only will it end my reign, it may not even put wealth into the top, and it will take morale out of the top. Is it more important for me to have that one prestige point? No, yes, before, well, not before you continue, Kung Fu Fenders. Feel free to post, but I agree. All right. Now the question is, well, hopefully it will only drop morale by 1. I agree, weirdness. Oh, okay. I see, Kung Fu Fenders. The potion becomes increasingly popular among the powerful. Oh no, as it allows them to easily cover up their illegitimate affair. God damn it, that's... fuck it, whatever. As long as... I see. Okay, fine. It is a good legacy. I hope only that it is available to all and not simply the rich. I would be very mad. Oh, the cult is horrified by our callous disregard of the most sacred aspect of life. Many foreign rulers or nobles are eager to import silent growth into their countries. This grants our merchants huge profits. Sweet. Another positive one? Okay, well, it didn't quite make it, but it didn't dip our morale either, so... And crave, I wonder why. How do we get +1 crave? The king was dethroned. Oh, sometimes, yes, the way... Right. You get prestige and crave also based on whether the king abdicated, whether the king was executed, or whether the king was, as in this case, dethroned. 5 prestige, 1 crave. Not bad. It is time to pass the reins on to my son, Emperor Scottimius the 8th of his name. We shall see what he shall make of himself. Perhaps he too should be opulent. Actually, hang on. I would love for him to increase the old craveroo. Wow, damn. Extremist. Woof. Because, of course, let us not forget, we require crave and prestige in more or less equal measure to create more preparations. So, we will start with the possibility of dropping knowledge, Drop that knowledge. Drop it like it's hot. 9th! Oh, shit. Oh, I've lost track. Kill it good. This is terrible. My son, you shall take advantage of what you must. Are you the 8th or the 9th in my family? Oh. I am Emperor Scottimius, 8th and a half of his name. What is this sound? Who is this riding through my kingdom? Ah, yes, perfect. In progress. The Royal Treasure Room continues. The Black Dawn investigation continues. We have also done a few more things. Excellent. And we now have more prestige and crave. What would an opportunist do? Something that costs more prestige than crave. So we could add small openings in the walls through which objects can be dropped on attackers. Or we can build a food pantry. A place where people can go for a meal. Okay. I do like a warning beacon. I agree with Requiem. This seems like a good idea. We'll take 2 reins, but it will provide some gold. Oh, and I actually still have enough to also... What the hell does that sound? All right. More gold? No, I cannot sacrifice too much prestige at this time, for I am about to receive much crave. Ah, so we should build the food pantry. That will reset part of our prestige. Yes, my father was opulent, but I know the advantage of feeding the hungry. Perfect. Recruit in the army, people of Natar, institute a vigilante force. I wonder if we can still accomplish these things. It's possible we may not be able to. Okay. Excellent. So, more crave for every resource in the lower half of the track. This is key. I am not sure now if we are going to be able to recruit in the army people of Natar. All I know of Natar is that many people moved there and it became a bit of a crime sort of thing. A crime thing! A crime. Oh, let's continue the divine recalls, shall we? Doesn't seem to make a difference to the society. Scholars spend loads of time trying to understand Isidora's cryptic schemas. They show strange correlation between improbable materials, but resources are limited, and the choice of a specific experiment excludes another. Choose an experiment. Ah, burning mushrooms creates potions, but burning ore creates egg crystals. I think House Matrix and Requiem Lost. Ooh, the troubles at Vandus. Excellent. Gilligood, I shall venture to Vandus next. Venture to Vandus. I believe we're going to burn some mushrooms. Our scholars melt the poisonous madcap mushrooms with an acid solution, when the resulting liquid is then warmed up by a flame. The Royal Laboratory is invaded by toxic fumes, killing many of the scholars. Isadora, you coulda... Oh, God. My father had her turn over her notes, did not have her turn over her notes with annotations. This is unfortunate. The few surviving scholars claim that the mother herself appeared to them, imploring them not to give up on the experiments. They soon discover, if inhaled in modest quantities, the intoxicating vapors induce mystical visions in those who breathe them. Oh, it's going to be high as a kite kingdom, folks. Amazed that it succeeded in opening the hearts of the lay scholars to the mother, the substance is enthusiastically adopted by the cult, who now huff that shit on the reg. The priestesses charge their censers with this new holy mist and run processions along the streets. Oh dear. Oh no. So much. Ooh, divine oblivion. Okay. Exactly. We must simply blaze it as if it were still the year 420. Come, Vandus. What say you? During these early chaotic days of their presence in Vandus, some of the soldiers sent to disband the defenders committed unjustified acts of violence at the expense of innocent people. Tisk tisk. The victims demand justice. But the High Commander dismisses them as regrettable but accidental mistakes. You know, boys will be boys. No, it's, you know, war is hell, and, you know, we did our best. Kind of do better. Do we punish the guilty soldiers? Do better. Right. Interesting. Very interesting. I wish to be on Dualok and Bloodin's good side once more. I do not wish to be spending power so early, especially for child soldiers will be child soldiers. It's my grandfather you're talking about, Captain Splooey. Oh boy. Although morale will increase. I do like morale. I would have resources stay in the bottom half of the tracks. And bribe with my considerable wealth. Yes. Perhaps the little boat people here will take my coins. Yes. Yes. Soldiers found guilty of abuse and violence are condemned to a spell in the stocks. Oh no! Not the stocks! Oh, some public humiliation. And brief torture. Who cares? It's fine. The humiliation damages the images of the soldiers in the eyes of the people, but their victims feel adequately avenged. Whoa. Okay, we have a few things we need to reduce here, but things are going well. Going well. Unlimited mining, unlimited mining. I do want this unlimited mining complex. This would be good. What do I need to do? I need to decrease knowledge, if at all possible. If at all possible. Framok, an extremely violent form of jousting, is a popular entertainment in Enkal, and a way to boost the combativeness of their people. Yet, it often causes the death of one of their combatants. I'm glad you're a part of our kingdom now, Enkal, but just get with the program, please. This custom is starting to spread into our kingdom, supplanting theater and lyric poetry. Look, I love a good blood sport as much as the next person, and again, probably a lot more. But theater and lyric poetry, these are the backbone of our culture, are they not? Do we ban Framok from both Ankist and Enkal? Oh, I do not like either of these options much. Kung Fu Fenris, you give the swords swords. You understand what I'm saying? You give the... you give their jousting lances additional pokey lances and explosives. I don't want to decrease... I don't want to increase... No, oh, god damn it. However... if we increase influence, it will stop it from turning the other way. It will stop it from dropping it too much further. Then we will have room to lower things further. Yes. It worked once, but... dude. Requiem Lost is correct. I must think of the dudes. Indubitably. Okay, you understand. We must not ban it. We cannot. It's part of the Enkali culture. We can try to encourage people to not be so violent in their everyday lives. A huge auditorium used for theater and lyrics is repurposed for violent Framok events. Many fighters lose their lives. All the highly educated are sickened by such a horrific practice. The effectiveness of our fighters greatly benefits from this crude form of training. Okay, well that's good, I guess. The popularity of Framok downgraded more refined forms of art, many artists finding it increasingly difficult to market their art and struggle to make a living. This is bad. However, a negative knowledge sticker, not the worst thing in the world right now. I want to keep these things relatively balanced. Okay. I have time for one more dilemma. And I shall try to reduce knowledge even further if I can. I should be spending the gold that I have access to. No, I do not want to do that, though. Enemy clothed in shadow. Children of the night. Ugh. How about an enemy clothed in shadow? A plague hit Laius in the Duchy of Alwyn. Promptly named the Red Scythe, the infection makes people regurgitate blood until they die. Very bad. Very bad news. The potential cost of condemning seemingly unaffected citizens, the Holy Attendant believes the entire city should be quarantined to prevent the plague from spreading. And we all know quarantines are not 100% effective. We do believe they are mostly effective. Woof. Woof. I must do it. I must. I simply must. I must convince my friends, House Dualoc. House Dualoc, you must stand with me on this. The Holy Attendant instructs the army to isolate Laius and transform it into a temporary lazaret. All those who are actually or even potentially infected will be held within its walls. 3 out of 4 people ultimately succumb, but preventing the plague from spreading, their sacrifice avoided a much larger death toll than assumed. Just drop that morale a little further. Excellent. Good. Very good. Well, I must call it a night at this point, I think. Ah, yes, exactly, Kung Fu Fenris. The days when you could just lock that baby down. Weirdness is not incorrect. Okay, let's one last one because I love them. Divine Oblivion. And we shall see what will happen. Scholars spend loads of time trying to understand Hisidora's cryptic schemes. Right. We have to choose one over another. Shall we? Experiment A. Take a box, put some bugs in it, cook those bugs. Okay, experiment B. Take a box, fire, water. What the shit? Well, I do not like insects much, so I will choose experiment B. Easy peasy. Our scholars fill a metal compartment with water and then put it over a hot flame. You've just made a pot of water. Congratulations. The flame is unable to melt the metal, but the scholars observe the vapors from the water generate a constant upward force. Oh shit, are we about to invent steam engines? Woo! A constant force of vapors to assemble a huge steam-powered contraption. The humongous machine begins to move. These vapor motors are endless. The people begin calling the mechanism the Steam Giant. Cha-cha-cha, Steam Giant. Well, that was a good dilemma to end on, I would say. We have much to do, but I think I can get Crave. War Machines! It was a good place to end. I may be opulent? It's an opportunity. Piloted by children. Put the smallest of them in there. That way we can maximize the amount of weapons on the outside. It would make my grandfather very happy. My friends, I wish to thank you for joining me on this journey as always. I quite enjoy this. We seem to be barreling towards a conclusion, but we have made many preparations already, and the House of Crann has indeed conquered another kingdom. What remains to be seen for the Emperor Scottimius' dilemma in the future? You'll have to stick around and find out. Of course, the Discord is where you can find all things from our RPG Clinic community. There will be streams throughout the week. I would highlight tomorrow RPG Clinic's Avatar Legends The Mirror Scale. I do indeed hope it will be on. I look with some worry towards Elizabeth. But I hope and I pray that indeed we are streaming tomorrow. If not, or even if so, we hope to catch you around the place. Think, if you will, of what your grandfather, your father, your children require. Kung Fu Fenris, Liz's throat's not feeling great. That's why I was streaming instead of her before. Do not worry. Thank you, Gillard Good. And it is I who appreciate your wise words of wisdom that led us to victory against the kingdom of Enkal. No, she's not dead, Kung Fu Fenris. her voice was bothering her, Kung Fu Fenris. Her throat. As was mine a couple days ago. So we cross our fingers, and we pray. My friends, sometimes one must make big moves to conquer one's enemies, to cement one's place in society, and sometimes those... I hope not, Kung Fu Fenris. In fact, I don't believe we've had COVID in this house. One must make big moves. Water thine olives with the blood of thine enemies and the blood of children. Yea, so it is written, so let it be done. Be well. We do, Kung Fu Fenris, and thank you. I actually will be doing this. Be well. Be safe. Remember always to sacrifice your population in pursuit of your own noble goals. Yikes. Bye.